Imagine standing beneath a crystal-clear night sky, watching billions of stars scattered overhead. Each point of light is a sun, and many of those suns might have planets circling around them. With all this cosmic real estate, it seems almost inevitable that life, maybe even intelligent civilizations, should be out there somewhere. But there's a puzzle that haunts astronomers and philosophers alike. If the universe is so vast, and life began on Earth so quickly after conditions allowed it, then where are all the aliens? Why the silence in the cosmos? This mystery has a name: the Fermi Paradox. Back in the mid-20th century, physicist Enrico Fermi famously asked a simple yet profound question over lunch. Where is everybody? Enrico Fermi said, he calculated the enormous number of stars, the probable billions of Earth-like planets, and the staggering age of the universe. All the raw materials, he figured, for countless civilizations to have arisen, and time for them to spread across the stars. Yet when we listen, we hear only static. Astronomers have pointed giant radio telescopes at the sky for decades, searching for even a whisper of a signal from intelligent life. Nothing. Space should be buzzing with activity, but instead we find only silence. So what gives? Is it really possible that we're alone, or is there something about the nature of the universe, or intelligence itself, that explains this cosmic quiet? It's worth reflecting on just how old and fertile the universe is for life to evolve. Our Milky Way alone has more than 100 billion stars, and there are hundreds of billions of galaxies. Even if a tiny fraction of stars have planets with the right conditions, that's still millions, perhaps billions, of potential cradles for life. And yet, as far as we know, we're the only planet where that leap from chemistry to biology occurred, and then another leap, from biology to intelligence. But before diving into the possible explanations, let's take a moment to consider the passage that haunts the heart of this paradox from the Greek philosopher Epicurus, who more than 2,000 years ago speculated on the infinity of worlds. There are infinite worlds, both like and unlike this world of ours. We must believe that in all worlds there are living creatures and plants and other things we see in this world. Epicurus said, Epicurus was suggesting that life elsewhere is not only possible, but likely. His words echo a natural intuition that the universe is simply too vast for us to be unique. But so far, every search for intelligence beyond Earth has come up empty. Why might that be? First, let's pause and appreciate the astonishing timeline of life on our own planet. Earth formed about 4.5 billion years ago. Life arose relatively quickly, perhaps as early as 3.8 billion years ago. But complex multicellular life took another 3 billion years to emerge. Intelligent life, able to build radio telescopes and ponder its own existence, appeared only in the last few 100,000 years. Even more mind-boggling. For virtually all of its history, Earth was home to only simple life. For eons, not a single creature on this planet looked up at the stars and wondered about life elsewhere. So one possibility: maybe intelligent life is just unimaginably rare. Most planets might never develop intelligence, or perhaps complex life at all. That would solve the Fermi Paradox rather neatly. If intelligence arises only once every trillion planets, the closest aliens might be so far away that we'll never hear from them. But there's another perspective, captured so beautifully in the words of British poet Thomas Hardy, who imagined the message from the stars as neutral and indifferent. Yet who, though he dwell in the utmost stars, would be much impressed by these lone things between. Of what is past or passing, or to come, who cares, save these lone wanderers and no more? Thomas Hardy said, Hardy's lines reflect a universe that may be teeming with observers, but so scattered or so distant, physically and culturally, that their lives would remain forever disconnected. What if, instead, intelligent civilizations are common, but space, is simply too vast for communication or travel? The nearest star is over 4 light-years away. The fastest spacecraft ever made would take thousands of years to get there. And radio waves, though fast, spread out over such enormous distances that even a powerful signal becomes indistinguishable from background noise after only a few light-years. Another reflection. Perhaps civilizations do emerge, but don't last very long. Carl Sagan once said, echoing the fragility of existence, "The lifespan of a technological civilization may be very short. Self-destruction is an ever-present possibility." Carl Sagan said, "Imagine a galaxy littered with brief bursts of intelligent life, each appearing, shining brightly for a moment, then vanishing. In other words, nobody is answering because by the time they could have sent signals, they're already gone. If we think more deeply, it's possible that the key barrier isn't technological, but biological or sociological. Maybe the hard part isn't building radio telescopes. Nay, maybe the real challenge is surviving the transition from technological adolescence, our phase of learning to wield great power without destroying ourselves. It's those challenges that could filter out most civilizations long before they make contact with others. And yet, there's another angle. The philosopher Ludwig Wittgenstein once wrote about the limits of language and understanding. If a lion could speak, we could not understand him. Ludwig Wittgenstein said, "It's possible that alien intelligence is so different from our own that we wouldn't even recognize their messages as communication. Their signals might be out there, hidden in forms we don't know to look for, using concepts or technologies beyond our comprehension. If so, the silence isn't because they aren't talking. It's because we don't know how to listen. But suppose for a moment that intelligent life is common, that civilizations endure, and that they reach out. Even then, there's the possibility that advanced beings deliberately avoid making contact, a concept called the zoo hypothesis." Philosopher John Stuart Mill wrote, "The worth of a state in the long run is the worth of the individuals composing it." John Stuart Mill said, "Perhaps advanced civilizations decided that the best way to encourage growth in less advanced worlds is to leave them undisturbed, to let them develop at their own pace. We would be like animals in a cosmic nature reserve, watched, perhaps, but never approached. Reflect for a moment on the enormity of that possibility, that the silence is not absence, but restraint. Or maybe life itself is simply hard. As Tennyson wrote of the struggle for existence, so careful of the type, but no. From scarped cliff and quarried stone, she cries, 1,000 types are gone. I care for nothing, all shall go." Alfred Lord Tennyson said, "Perhaps the universe is, at heart, indifferent to survival. Life appears, flourishes briefly, and then passes away, no matter how clever or advanced. Then again, perhaps we're considering the wrong kind of communication entirely. Civilizations only a few centuries ahead of us could use technology utterly unlike our own. Laser pulses, quantum entanglement, directed neutrino beams. Even now, our searches are tuned primarily for radio waves, as if we're listening for smoke signals in an age of fiber optics. So the Fermi Paradox may reflect nothing more than the limitations of our own imagination and tools. And yet, every decade, we discover new worlds circling distant suns, new ingredients for life in the dust between the stars, new twists in the story of our own origins. Each discovery deepens the mystery, rather than solving it. Let's come back to the question that started it all. If the universe is so vast, why do we seem so alone? There's a chilling thought, sometimes called the Great Filter. Maybe there are many steps between lifeless planets and galaxy-spanning civilizations, and almost all planets stumble at one of those steps. Maybe we haven't run into aliens not because they don't exist, but because something happens that almost always wipes them out before they get very far. Reflecting on this idea is both sobering and motivating. It means that our own existence is rare, fragile, possibly even unique. The Fermi Paradox isn't just a scientific puzzle. It's a call to humility and wonder. It reminds us how much we have left to learn and how high the stakes might be for our own survival. Philosopher Ralph Waldo Emerson suggested, "Great men are they who see that the spiritual is stronger than any material force, that thoughts rule the world." Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Perhaps the search for extraterrestrial intelligence is ultimately a search for meaning, a way to place our own brief existence within the infinite sweep of the cosmos." So, for now, the night sky remains silent, a vast ocean with no reply. But each time we search it with a new instrument, each time we peer more deeply into the darkness, we're not only asking where the aliens are, we're asking who we are and what it means to be alive in a universe so empty and yet so full of possibility.